Hey, you guys. Whew. I am settling down. Still got quite a few things to do to wrap up my night. Definitely looking forward to tomorrow as well. Fun activities planned. But I wanted to hop on here because, this is an important message. For the longest, I've talked about the spiritual aspects or the spiritual attack that is occurring between a narcissist and most likely an empath, or somebody that's codependent, or just anybody that they're choosing to attack. I'm not saying that you have to be in this broken state or anything, but either way, at the end of the day, the contract is broken when you get away. The contract on your life, on your soul, on your spirit, on your promotion, on your abundance, on your progression in life, those contracts are broken. And for that reason, you need to be rejoicing because those people are on assignment. The narcissist temple, they're being used by a dark energy to attack your life. Point blank, period. Now, what are they going to get for this? Nothing. Because you got to understand, who are you with? If you are of the light, you're with God, and they're working for the other side, they need to know who they're working with. Now they're being shady with you, but they done partnered up with the most shadiest of them all. So that person do not care what happens to that narcissist. If anything, that is the ultimate narcissist. They're working for the ultimate narcissist. So you don't think that dark energy is going to discard their dumbasses? They're like, you know what? I thought I could use this person to tear down this earth angel, to tear down this person, but I couldn't. Oh, it's discard time. They don't care. The narcissists think that they made this contract. They sold their soul. They thought they were going to get what you have, right? They could work against you and steal your inheritances, right? That's what they thought. But who are you working for, buddy? That person don't care. And when the contract is voided, they don't care what happens to that narcissist. If they get destroyed in the process while you move the fuck on your merry way because you're divinely protected, they don't care what happens to that person. So it's a rejoice that needs to be going on right now because the contract is broken. Null and void. Now, I'm not going to say that, that energy isn't going to say, well, I couldn't use them. I'm going to try to use somebody else. But you know what? We are ready for you. We are already ready for you. And we know ultimately who wins the war. That's the whole thing. Like, you keep attacking me, saying this and that, but who are you working for? Like, I know who I'm working for. And as long as I'm working for that person, there's no fear that I need to have about anything. There's no fear. And especially as in the last live when I told you guys to take it to the source, to go to the source, to ask the source to take the steering wheel, to keep reinforce it every day, starting your day, ending your day, in the middle of your day, thank you for divinely protecting me. No negative thing shall prosper in my life. All of that type of energy, that's what you have to do. Hey, Cynthia, she says yes. And she said, yeah, he wanted to do me in. Yeah, that's what they're all trying to do. The dark is trying to do in the light. And that's why when you get your mind right, they don't stand a chance. You get your mind right and you stay connected to source. You're going to be 1,000 steps ahead and you're going to be divinely protected. And that person that's coming against you is not going to be looking good for them. Daughter of the Most High says, the Most High God, that's your whole name. I had one that wanted to mess me over too. Right. I always do. In that specific situation, he handled him. He doesn't have good luck in anything since I removed myself. Right. And that's the thing. Once they fill themselves up with that energy and they decide to go for that team, the only thing that may be giving them any type of protection is if they're still in your energy realm. And that's why if you listen to a lot of people talk about success and stuff, and they be like, get in a room, get close to the energy, or find you a good mentor. Like narcissists, they like to find a good energy. You know, they're like a parasite, energy vampire. They want to find that good energy and be a succubus, you know, and they use that to protect themselves. They're floating off of your blessings. That's the thing. And that's why you really have to be careful about not only who's sitting at your table, but who's close to your table. Those people by default, they get some type of coverage. They get some type of blessing just by being in your life, you know, whether they deserve it or not. So if you let people, unworthy people, get too close to you, i.e. Narcissists, they're benefiting off of that energy. And that's why some people are like, well, why they still seem to be da-da-da-da-da? You haven't fully let them go. You're still in a ring with them. You're still going through cycles of abuse with them. They're still tapping into your energy. Light always wins. You're right. Cynthia says, my ex always finds new supply. Right. But you know what? That's another person that's in their own journey, and they're at some level of development, and you know, that dark energy is trying to put a contract on them. You know, they're trying to put a contract on them. And maybe it's something that they need to learn to spiritually uplift themselves. And this experience could be a catalyst for them, just as it was for them. I mean, just as it was for you. Daughter of the Most High God says, okay, she's talking to Cynthia. Cynthia says, his supplies are always professional, successful, wealthy women. Right. Think about that. Why I need to go attack somebody who ain't got nothing going on? They already got nothing to lose. Of course, if the dark energy wants to bring down the best and the bright. So if you know, that's why you really have to stay mindful. The more you acquire, the further you climb up the ladder, the more successful you get in life, you know, materialistic, spiritually, all of that. That's when a lot of times those people end up in a lot of isolation. The most successful people on the planet end up severely isolated because it's rarely too many people that they could trust. Most people in their camp end up wanting to use them, or they have this envy thing. And even if it starts out as admiration, it turns into envy. And then if they're not getting what they want, then now you're some type of target and they're having too much close access to you. The most successful people end up being like Michael Jackson, who you guys know. If you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I'm very sweet on him. Like I literally wanted to marry him and give him all the babies he wanted. Shoot. But he was one of the most loneliest people. Like I listened to some of his music, I'm like, and he even admitted it. But he was one of the most loneliest people. It got so bad to that he only really trusted the purity of children because he's seen that most adults had an agenda with him. Like, that's the thing. When you get that high up on a success, like I don't even want that type of success. I don't want it. To me, it's not worth, you know, the headache. And I understand that was his contract in life, and he was sent down here, and I'm thankful he took the hit so that we can have all that music and whatnot. But you see ultimately it was somewhat of a demise to him. You know, it was somewhat of a demise. Daughter of the Most High says they're blessing blockers. And along with that, you guys, you got to understand the sabotaging factor. They want to sabotage you. If they can't sabotage you, they want to get you to a place where you will sabotage yourself. Facts. That is complete facts. So, you know, when God is promoting you, he's letting you get refined. You know, you might have some bumps in the roads, but these bumps in the roads are to refine you because he understands what you need to know to sharpen your emotional maturity to get to the next level. So when he bump you up, people will not be able to take advantage of you. So rejoice. I know that it was some growing pains that you went through, but you got to rejoice because something beautiful came out of that. Like, it opened your eyes, it opened your mind in a way that it wasn't before that interaction. And sometimes you have to go through that. Like, I can't think of too many things in life where there isn't a challenging aspect. You know, like there isn't some type of hardship to acquire it, some type of sacrifice that's being made. So yes, okay, your emotions got tugged on. You know, you might have had some type of abuse, but nothing that killed you but made you stronger. So you have to learn how to look at things in another light too. I'm not saying that you can't feel your emotions to stop them, that you shouldn't have moments of crying or even yelling or go do some axe throwing, breaking some glass, you know, do some kickboxing. There's lots of ways to release this energy, but you know, also just having a shift in your perspective as well. That's going to help too. Cynthia says he is a cook in a trendy restaurant. He meets them there. Right. And they don't know. And you don't have to worry about it, Cynthia. Don't try to give people heads up per se. They have to learn, you know, whatever part of their journey. Like I said, narcissists are, you know, they may not change, but they will be used over and over to be catalysts to give other people that chance to get spiritually promoted. Like, basically, this is a spiritual promotion, but when we get spiritually promoted, it tends to come with all types of other blessings too. Like, because you're tapped in, you're getting more, you're getting deeper and deeper tapped in to source. So when you have that type of access, of course, is earthly stuff is nothing for you to get more of that at that point, you know. But he's like, well, I want you to be able to keep it when you get it. I want you to be a good steward of these things when I give it to you. I got to make sure your mind is right. You need to be able to recognize these wolves even when they are dressed like sheep. Like, he needs you to be that sharp. And sometimes it takes going through these experiences to help you understand firsthand. Okay? Firsthand. Amen. You're right. Cynthia says he took my youth, my beauty. Well, Cynthia, I mean, time we can't get back, but he can take your beauty. He didn't. And guess what? I'm right now. I'm 42. And I done had at least a good 4 narcissists. A good 4 narcissists. And I'm cool. I'm right. I don't even have Vaseline on, baby. Don't even think that. Nobody took your youth. And most people spend their 20s going through growing pains. You're not the only one. That's not taking your youth. It's refining you in your youth. Because a lot of the times that we get blessed in our midlife a little bit later, you know, as we're working up the ladder and working through life. So by then, you've experienced things in your youth. Do you know how many people have come to me and coaching in their 60s and 70s? And I bet you they wish they could have learned these lessons in their youth so that, you know, by the time they're getting to tap into this stuff, they're not losing stuff towards the end of their earthly life, or, you know what I mean? It's better this way. I mean, we're learning in our youth anyway. So it's really the perspective. I understand that some people say, you know what, I spent my 20s in a toxic relationship. That is mostly everybody. I'm not playing. A lot of people have done that. All right, going through them growing pains. But your beauty, that comes from the inside out. No one's taking your beauty. No one's taking your beauty. And ain't no human being that fucking powerful. You know, that's something that you put inward that shines outward. That's how I could sit here. That was confirmation from my other phone. That's how I could sit here with nothing and you could still see that light. You could still see the glow without me trying. Now I can go try and clean up. There's confirmation. I can go try as well, you know. But the beauty, that comes inside out. You just start making those deposits into yourself, Cynthia. Because when people talk like that, they took my beauty, da-da-da-da. You know, I don't know your specific story. I don't know if you have bruises and scars. You know, I don't know what you mean by that. But Stress can make you age. That's why when you de-stress yourself and start making those investments and loving yourself, you will see the glow come back, honey. Okay. Shoot, you mean to tell me the only people that can look beautiful are the ones in their 20s, you know? Now, I done seen a few Instagrams, and I done seen some silver hair, beautiful, stunningly, and even in their 80s, just thriving. As a matter of fact, I was just watching a Netflix series where it was age to 100, and this guy was actually going across the world, and he was visiting like these blue zones. And the whole idea was, why are the people in these places living over 100, astoundingly compared to other areas of the world? What is their lifestyle like? What are their dietaries? And it was going through that. And the most of the stuff they were saying was very much common sense. I mean, there were some dietary things that they were eating as well. Like, I think I never, what was it? A purple sweet potato? I never heard of that. My phone just said, yeah. So I have to get me some of those. I love regular sweet potatoes, but I like a purple sweet potato. Like, they were eating this. But the people, the elders, they were saying they were stress free. Like, we laugh and we dance. Our lives have meaning and purpose even after so-called retirement. We stay close to community. We don't isolate ourselves. And these people were moving and shaking and very active in their life. And they were keeping their body core strong, you know, just common sense things that they were doing. And of course, they weren't eating a bunch of fast food and stuff. So they were eating to live, and they weren't overeating, you know. The one place I um, they had like this 80-20 rule or something like this, like eat when you feel 80% full, you know, like, and it was their way of not overeating. Like, they had a big circle, they were like passing the food around, and people would stop when they felt about 80% full. So I don't know, but it was a beautiful thing. But don't, girl, your beauty is not lost. All right, you just gotta let it come out. You gotta nourish it again. You know, you gotta give it some TLC. Ava says, need to be nice to him, otherwise he won't pay his child support. You mean just be like cordial? Okay. Okay. Not sure what you mean by nice, but if you just mean you're just being cordial and peaceful, you know, hopefully your nice isn't kissing his ass and, you know, belittling yourself and demeaning yourself. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's not, honey. Ava says, but I'm aware now. I stay one step ahead. Good. Good. Okay, you're 55. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I know, you guys, I know sometimes I come on here and I just be like, girl. And that's going to be a part of my revamping of the channel. I'm going to give a lot more TLC to presentation. You know, I want to do that. But in the meanwhile, I just want to keep my connection with you guys. So like I said, I'm going to be doing these live chats, and I might not keep them up, but I'm going to be doing them because I want to stay connected with you guys, you know, as I prepare to relaunch. Yeah. Oh, the narcissist was much younger than you? Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, a narcissist can be any age, girl, young, old. And that's the interesting thing. You would think sometimes. And I was watching this divorce lawyer the other day, and he was talking about people who've come through his office and how a 90-year-old man came in and divorced his wife for like 40 years to marry a younger woman. And he was like, it was astounding to me that he would do this. And like, basically his dick was running the show. And this lawyer was like, I couldn't believe he was doing it. I'm like, I mean, if you needed to sleep with her, you could have got it off your chest, but did you need to leave your wife for 40 years just because you wanted to have sex with someone younger over and over and over and over? Like, he was like, you would think people would have a different perspective at that point, and this person totally didn't. That's why I'm saying people are at different points in their journey, and some people do not come here very refined at all, and certainly not chosen. But yeah, we got to start rejoicing because the contract is canceled. And if that contract is canceled, that means the contract of your blessings, someone tried to tamper with it, but the certificate is still there, baby. It is still, it's already flown into your life, but anything additionally, they haven't blocked it, they haven't stopped it, right? Daughter of the Most High God says your hair will eventually start growing once they are gone. Yeah, the sun will come out again. Just take your focus off him. And because stress can make your hair fall out too. Good. Well, hopefully, did I freeze? Because it didn't show me that. And the Most High God says that's the first place you have to begin with, Cynthia. Put your mind on other things. I say people who love you like your children. Yeah. And then just even putting your mind on yourself, because that's probably where the number one attention needs to be held at this point. But, I just want you guys to understand the spiritual attacks that are going on and to definitely start rejoicing because the war, you're winning the war. You're winning the war. All right, but when you're on the right team, you're going to win the war anyway. I just want you to do it expeditiously. Is that what T.I. says? All right, you guys, I have to literally get the twins ready for bed now. I done took my shower. We came back from the beach and I done took my shower. I'm feeling nice and clean, Showers are so spiritual to me, like I'm just washing off the day. So, and you need to see it that way too. Washing the energy off of the day. But I gotta go clean their bunkies. We call it this our word for they behinds. You're welcome. And I know I hopped in here like 3 times, but when the downloads come to me, you guys, I gotta push it out. And whoever's divinely guided to hear these messages, I really want you to hear that and use it on your journey. That's what I say. It's what I've been saying for years. But rejoice. Yes. All right, you guys, have a good evening. Make sure you're liking. I don't say this enough. I say it in the beginning. But it's good YouTube etiquette. If you're watching the channel, hit a likey. It only takes 1 second. It helps the channel grow. And all of that good stuff. Appreciate you too. Oh, you're welcome, sweetie. You guys are going to be fine, but start rejoicing, baby. Because it didn't work. The contract that they had, that shit is ripped up, burnt up, and destroyed. They tried that. They tried, but they was on the wrong team. And they going to find out the hard way about being on the wrong team. Because they got an answer for that. You just keep your hands clean and make sure you stay on the right team, and you're going to be all right no matter what. I promise you that. She said put some music on. You know what? I probably should, because I'm intuitive. I might be able to vibe off of that. The music will sync up with me. I'm like, look at that. There's confirmation. Yes. You never know. I will take note of that. I will take note of that for the relaunch. All right, you guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next live. Hit the notification. You see I'm spontaneous. You never know when I'm coming on here. But if I do, I have something to say, and it's going to help some bodies. Look at that, 911. Somebody needed to hear this. 9 likes, 11, 911. All right, so somebody needs to hear this video. Rejoice. Stop holding your head down, focusing on the wrong shit. You're focused on what you went through instead of what you got through. What you got through. Yes, you went through something, but what did you get through? What didn't kill you made you stronger. All right? Gotta focus on the right way. Spinning stuff the wrong way, that shit keeps you depressed. It does. I'm not telling you to lie on yourself, but there may be angles that you're just not seeing. for whatever reason. Maybe you need to just expand your emotional maturity, like on a channel like this. Help you keep your focus right. Hold on a minute, honey. Ava says, what do I listen to before bed? I'm going to share a link down here. There's a YouTube video. It has 3 Bible verses. I will let it play while I'm sleeping, and I will listen to that before bed. And I listen to it while I'm sleeping. I feel like it's a way for me to surround myself with extra protection while I'm sleeping. You know, that's important. That's important because those spiritual attacks, yes, they're using that person and their body, but they try to come in your dreams. They try to come in your house. Yeah, they're not dwelling in my house. I don't know who the fuck you think you is. You getting the fuck out of here today. I turn my head and I see a little black something come by. Oh, who the fuck? Oh, who think they coming up in here? I run this bitch, me and God. You can go on back where you came from. You know, and I don't want to get over anybody's head, but it's real. You know, there's things going on that may not be to the eyes, but as long as you are aware of this stuff, you got to know that narcissist was evil eyeing you the whole time, sending negative intentions your way. There are clues and signs of things that they were trying to send your way, and it didn't work. But you might see clues and signs about it where someone's trying to do shit, but that's why you have to stay prayed up and have that protection. Stay close to it. Claim it. Demand it. Okay? Claim it. You know, just, it's important, you guys. I can't stress it enough. And it may be people that's smiling in your face right now that's doing it. That's why I said 2 lives ago. Confirmation, somebody need to hear that. 2 lives ago, I said, you may not know this person. You know, it may not have been revealed to you yet. So your prayer could be attacking stuff that you don't even know that's trying to come at you. All right? So as long as you know, like, and you stay armed up. And I've been talking about armors for years. The spiritual armors, you guys, important. You're going to see. You're going to see. All right, you guys, I'm getting off of here. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. That is important, especially because a narcissist attacking you unless you know you're a chosen one, unless you know you're of a light, unless you know there's a divine purpose on your life, and you know in history those energies, they always trying to get those chosen ones. You know, they always trying to get them off track, not have them finish. You know, we're all going to pass away in the 3D, yes, but we can still get what we need to get done before we transition. All right? Transitioning, so. And that's the legacy. Nobody is stealing your legacy. All right? All right, you guys, take care. I love you. Oh, yeah, it did just pause. I love you, and I need to charge my iPhone. All right, you guys.